What's up, everyone? It's me, Nadim, from Beijing. Well, you're not seeing anything. Over the next few weeks, I will be sharing with you videos that I filmed in Lebanon, starting with my trip from Beijing to Beirut. And I know what you're gonna say. We've already watched it. Wrong. You've watched snippets of it. The actual journey, believe it or not, was much longer than the 3-minute video that I posted a month ago. And it was a personal and an emotional journey, which I really wanted to share with you. And so I hope you give this video a chance, and I hope you enjoy it.
Friends, we're going on a little trip. I am about to cross the width of Asia from one end to the other over the next 23 hours and a half to go back home. Oh yes, I am going back to Lebanon after 3 years. 3 years. I'm hoping that by tomorrow I would be having a family reunion at the airport. So buckle up and let's get going. I was super nervous, and I think it had to do with the fact that I was finally going back home. I had never been away for such a long period of time from my folks, and since COVID, I had pushed the idea of a family reunion to the back of my mind, just like most of us did, because realistically, it was just not going to be easy. There was a lot at stake, a lot to consider, and the best thing was to stay put. And so days became weeks, weeks turned into months, and months bled into years. 2020, 2021, 2022. And then there I was in a cab going to the airport, finally making it happen. I don't know, it kind of felt surreal for a moment. Beijing International Airport, here I come, our first stop.
Wrapping the suitcase because it's about to explode. And another layer. 3 years worth of gifts, I tell you. And another. They say you never forget your first, and this airport was the first airport that I saw when I landed in China, and it will forever have my heart. Sorry about it, Daxing Airport.
Got my tickets, got rid of the suitcases, and now I'm ready to go deep into the airport. I was at Terminal 3, the Dragon Terminal. For overseas trips, passengers normally take a train to Concourse E. But on the day I was flying out, we were bused there. It took slightly longer time, but it was an opportunity to get as close as possible to parked aircraft before boarding one.
Oh look, it's sunset. Wrong. It's already evening. Never have I thought that Beijing International Airport could be this quiet. I mean, you could hear a pin if it dropped.
Just for context, this was on December 29, 10 days before China eased its travel restrictions and reopened its borders.
There's one international flight taking off right now, which is the one to Abu Dhabi, and they're boarding, so I am late. And then there's another one going to Frankfurt at 1:50 in the morning. We need to step it up. I recently heard this quote that really struck a chord with me. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. If you're late, you're fired. And the last thing I want is to be fired from this plane because I really want to go back home. This shuttle is packed.
I chose the closest seat possible to the entrance so I can get in and get out fast. Little did I know that I have a 9-hour layover at Abu Dhabi airport, so I am in no rush, zero rush to get off this plane when we land.
I never thought I'd say this, but I sort of kind of miss these flight safety videos. Oh, a mask on top of a mask? By the way, I am Team Aisle, so you will not see any takeoff views from the window because it's already been occupied. Sorry, not sorry. At least I can go to the toilet whenever I want. So that's a perk. We are speeding up. I don't know why I'm explaining it. You can obviously see it. Abu Dhabi, here I come. Butter. You could never go wrong with butter. Look how tiny this is. It's just a sample, just a lick. Cheap chocolate. I'll happily eat it anytime. Too heavy, too sweet, too good. I'm ready to slip in a coma. Welcome to Abu Dhabi's airport. There's no sign telling us that it's Abu Dhabi, but you have to trust me. This is Abu Dhabi. Actually, there is a sign. You could see it all the way up there, Abu Dhabi. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a little bit weird seeing people walking around without masks on. It's just something that I'm no longer used to, having lived in China through COVID. I mean, to this day, masks in public spaces are still the rule for your safety and for the safety of others, and this is exactly why I am keeping mine on. But I know that this is the reality for much of the world. They have departed from mask mandates, and I knew that this was a thing that I had to come to terms with, but I'm just really finding it hard to wrap my head around it. I don't know how I'm gonna solve that later on, but my first impression is like, ooh, we're doing this now? Look at this schedule. It is packed until 2:30 in the morning. So there's still no word on my gate because my plane takes off at 9, and I'm guessing that there's quite a bit of planes that are gonna take off before me. I guess I'm just gonna walk around in circles until my legs give up and my body decides to shut down, which I'm hoping it would, because I could not get a wink on the plane. Or maybe I'll find myself one of those long chairs and call it a day. We'll see. I just don't know where to go. Have you ever had this problem? Not knowing where to go? I've resigned to the idea that I'm not going to sleep tonight. So coffee it is. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. Hopefully I'll get some work done. Alright, so I'm starting to get tired, starting to get drowsy. This coffee did absolutely nothing to keep me up. And so I think I'm just gonna give in and sleep a little bit. Good night and see you tomorrow. And by tomorrow I mean a few hours from now because it's already tomorrow. It's 3 in the morning and I cannot sleep. I don't know if it's the coffee finally kicking in or the excitement of returning home, but I have been thinking and my thoughts are going to places. I know that there's a lot of excitement for me returning back home, but there's also a lot of anxiety because over the past 3 years, a lot has happened.
You might know, you might not know, but Lebanon has fallen on hard times.
A tragedy is unfolding in Lebanon. Inflation has driven the country's currency to historical lows.
Currency is close to worthless. Its government is fractured and ineffective. There's almost no electric power, and there's less security.
This is Lebanon today, a victim of one of the worst financial collapses since the 1800s. Life is a daily struggle. Food, fuel, and medicine are unaffordable.
There are shortages of goods, prices have skyrocketed, fuel is largely unavailable.
The fallout of the economic collapse has left 3/4 of the population poor.
And so I'm going back to a different version of my country, a much worse version of the country. The economy has been shrinking. The Lebanese lira has lost over 95% of its value. And because Lebanon depends heavily on imports, the basics are really hard to find. Medicine, fuel, baby formulas. Even if you find them in the market, they are really, really expensive. Power blackouts last over 22 hours a day. And on top of that, people are locked out of their bank savings, including myself. I cannot access the money that I had entrusted the bank with because there's no liquidity. I speak with my folks and my friends, and the general mood is that of despair, hopelessness, sadness, so much sadness, and anger at the mismanagement and the corruption and the waste by the government, successive governments, plural. That has turned my country, which was once known as the Pearl of the Middle East, into a failed state, into a state in decay. I don't want to rant, but I just wanted to share with you what is happening in Lebanon and where this anxiety is coming from. Living in China, you don't have to worry about electricity. You don't have to worry about running water. You don't have to worry about slow internet or not being able to get your money, which you worked hard to earn. And I don't know, it just makes me feel sad and upset and guilty for living the life that I live while the people that I love are struggling for the basics. I don't know what to expect going back home. And I don't know how to prepare myself mentally or emotionally for that. But yeah, I'm scared. The sun has risen over Abu Dhabi and my gate has been decided. It's number 47 in case you're wondering. And I am ready to board my second plane, destination Beirut, aka home. I am running on 0 sleep, but I have enough caffeine in my system to fuel a whole city and hopefully the rest of this journey. I got us a window seat, so you better expect some stunning views upon taking off and landing. Trust me on this. There's always a first time. The tomato soup. Wow, I cannot believe it. After 3 years, I'm finally back. Whew. It's all too surreal.
I'm having goosebumps. Two things are separating me from seeing my folks: immigration and luggage. That is a very long line. Wow. It is gonna take a while. Whoops.
One long, angry line later.
After what felt like an eternity at the immigration, I got my stamp. I am legally entering Lebanon right now, and I just need to get my suitcases and get going. Nope, that's not it. I am running out of patience. I am running out of patience. I just want my suitcases and I want out. I cannot wait anymore. Oh, I see mine. Oh, heavy. One down, another to go. Is that the other one? Oh yes, here we go. Got the suitcases. Now let's meet my folks. Loving the Christmas vibe, even though it's past Christmas. This feels like the longest mile. How do we get out? Okay, I got lost. It's been this long, I got lost. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's the exit. We're exiting. One last X-ray machine. We're gonna take a turn, and then they should be there. We're gonna take another turn. Mom! She could not see me, but I could see her. ولك شو معرفتي لابنك؟ معرفتي لابنك. هاي بابا. راح الانترنت خلص ماشي الحال. حبيب قلبي. الحمد لله على السلامة. Everyone, this is my dad. Hi. Hi. السفرية عمولي قلبي شو صرت عاملة 100 مشكل. الحمد لله على السلامة. 24 hours later, it's a family reunion at the airport. This was all from me for this week. I will see you next time. 再见. بدك تقولي باي؟ باي. باي.